back rubs in the front room lead to front rubs in the back room. And so for the longest time, she's like, I can't have a massage when we're dating.
Oh
I'm like,
my gosh.
what? Like paranoid, like that this massage from the little shoulders might creep on down to her breast, Yeah,
Jeez.
I know, right? Like there's a lot of just like paranoia around sex that is kind of like, coming out. And so it's funny, like it's a funny like concept to think about. I mean, yeah, front rubs or back rubs in the front room lead to front rubs in the back room.
I've never heard that.
I hadn't either. She's the one that told me that. And she got it from her leader, whatever, like her spiritual counselor, whatever.
The reason why boyfriend feels like a really weird word,
Okay.
being an adult.
Oh.
And it seems very limiting because even when I was married, my husband,
This is interesting.
because roles. So
Yeah, okay.
husband was a very small box.
Okay.
Wasn't my best friend. Definitely was not my best friend. And I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't experience it before to know what to compare it to. It wasn't somebody that I would run random errands with, or when my life was falling apart, they weren't the person I went to. I would go to my best friends. And now I'm in a relationship where he's my best friend. And so boyfriend seems limiting, so he's my person. Like, he's my person for everything.
I feel like I do this in order to get more sex. Like I'm trying to give her the gift of freedom. I'm trying to give her the gift of time. I'm trying to give her the gift of self-discovery, to be alone by herself in order to reward me with sex. And I think this is also, is something that men do is they try to be this white knight that comes in and like, I will lay down my life for you, madam. And like, this is, it's unfortunate because it's an unspoken contract that doesn't really happen.
Introducing the Topless Talk podcast, where we're diving deep into the world of sex and relationships. Join us as we explore the good, the bad, and the ugly, leaving no topic off limits. With your host, Ryan Nickel, we're on a mission to change 1 million lives through 1,000 episodes. In a world where vulnerability is power, we're not just talking about taking off layers. We're peeling back the layers of real experiences. Our guests, brave women who've walked through the fire, are bearing it all. Their struggles, triumphs, and everything in between. It's more than just stories. It's a roadmap for those who felt alone in their journeys. By sharing their transformation from the horrific to the heroic, these women become beacons of hope for others. Because in every tale of survival lies the potential for someone else's revival. So tune in, listen closely, and remember, Topless Talk isn't just about shedding inhibitions. It's about finding connection in the rawness of human connection. Because when we share, we heal, we empower, and we transform. Welcome to a podcast where every story is a step towards 1 million changed lives.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Ryan coming at you with another episode of Topless Talk. And you're actually going to see my face this time because it's just me and one other guest here. We have, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Amber Van Winkle.
Go ahead and talk into the microphone.
I am a coach.
Fantastic. What kind of coach are you?
I'm a life coach. Specifically, I work on happiness.
Happiness. Wow, that's fantastic. This show is definitely geared towards happiness. Men and women's sexual happiness, that is.
Yes.
Do you, as a coach, ever talk about that?
I have not as much in detail, but in some relationship scenarios, I have coached through that.
That's fantastic. Wow. Different life experiences, of course. Like sometimes I do feel like I'm a coach here, but then sometimes I also feel like I'm being coached because I'm very, this is all brand new to me. My life experience around sex and relationships is, I never want to come off as portraying myself as being this expert when I'm not. And so there have been times where people have come on and they've coached me, not intentionally like, I'm going to coach you how to do this, Ryan, but they've shared something with me that I just never heard about before. I'm like, this is fantastic. Tell me more about that. And so it's been very helpful.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's fantastic. So do you think you would ever get into, as far as like the happiness aspect of it, more into the relationships, or only if the relationship or the coaching like called for it? Do you ever like push that direction because you're so happy with your relationship?
It's been talked about a few times because I would like people to be as happy with their life as I am.
Yeah. How did you get there though? What, were you just born happy? Like just born like, my life, like you came out of the womb and like, I love sex, they brought me here. It's like, it gave me my life.
You know what? I think it comes down to even just basic personality preferences. I'm a very tactile person.
So you like touch.
I love how things feel.
Yeah.
I love how things touch. Kids have things, when they're little, they like to touch their blankets. They like to touch things. And then as you grow up, you just find out that you like to touch other things even more.
Oh, other people. Perfect. Yeah. That's actually my love language is physical touch. And so for me, like my wife's love language, hers is gifts and words of affirmation. And quality time, but she loves gifts. And so like, I'll go and like, I'll walk home and like, I'll be in the kitchen and like, I'll grab her butt or something like that. And she's like, oh, stop that. I don't like that. And I'm like, oh, for me, it's like, I love it. And so like, I love to give what I like to receive.
Yes.
And it's kind of hard this way for me sometimes because I'm like, okay, I realize like, okay, it's not what she wants. She wants a gift. So of course, Valentine's Day, I brought her some flowers, brought her some stuff. So that's, do you know what your love language is?
Words of affirmation.
Is it?
That would probably be my highest. Yes. Gifts would be lowest.
Oh, for real? So you're like, it's interesting. Like there have been some guests on here that like, I don't care about money. Money's worthless to me. Like they don't want anything to do with money. Yeah, one of our guests, she came in here and she's like, I would rather be homeless and broke for the rest of my life and never have to worry about money. And I'd be perfectly happy and lovable. And I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that. That's a hard one for me.
I think that's a bit extreme.
She's also though, she went through a divorce. She's in her 40s and she started over a few times. For those of you that listened to Lele's interview, that's exactly what happened. Like she was got kicked out of her house. In fact, after she did her interview, so she drove down from Reno. She did her interview here with us, drove back, and her boyfriend at the time, like they were already like, having issues. Actually, it wasn't even her boyfriend; it's just a place where she was staying. He locked her out of the house for like 6 days, and she had no clothes except for the clothes on her back. And this is like the second or third time this has actually happened to her.
Wow.
She keeps on repeating the same lessons over and over. It's like really unfortunate. And so she keeps like this idea, like if I had no money, if I had nothing, life would be so much better because like she keeps on like attracting these situations where she starts over with nothing each time. And I feel bad for her. It's like, oh man, it's not a way to start over your life and 40 years old.
I mean, I get that on a lower scale. I was married and the finances were nice and I was miserable because the relationship was horrible.
That's interesting. Some people marry for money, some people marry for love. In your situation or for sex, whatever. So in your situation where you had the finances that were, completely taken care of, just because the money was there, it wasn't a good relationship.
No. And I didn't marry for money. I married for love. Money came along later.
Followed.
With different career changes.
Gotcha.
He upped his game and made some good money, but it wasn't worth it. It ruined the marriage.
The money ruined the marriage or something else did?
Oh, something else. Something else. Okay. So one thing we talked about before was...
we had a pre-interview before the interview.
Well, needs and values.
Yes.
Okay, so looking at my ex now and understanding values.
This is why she's on the show, by the way, is because she mentioned something about needs and values, and I had never heard. Like I'm like, this is fascinating. No one's ever brought this up on our show, and so this is what we have Amber, the coach.
People will violate their needs every day to have their values met.
No,
they're the other way around. They will violate their values to have their needs met.
Okay, gotcha. And I can see that.
And understanding that now and looking at my ex, he valued the marriage in words.
Okay.
But he needed variety, which is one of the needs.
Variety as far as many options as far as women go, or variety in
anything.
Like
so
surroundings?
Some of the needs they're called instability and stability.
Okay.
But what they really are is variety.
Okay.
And so mine actually fall similar. It's not my highest need, but my need for variety comes from I like all the different life experiences.
Okay. You're a buffet.
Yes.
You want to have it all.
I could eat something different every day. I could do something different every day, different every day. All of those things could be different and it would be great.
Different, like at different locations or different positions or just whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
All the above.
Yeah.
So how does someone go in to find out what their values are and what their needs are? Or are the needs the same?
There's tests.
Oh, okay.
And you can see where you fall on the scale. And I think it's important to understand the scenario looking at with my ex.
Okay, sure.
He needed to look good.
Okay.
That was a need he had. He needed to have an appearance.
Got it.
Status.
Got it. And for me, I wear the same t-shirt every single day. Actually, I had this shirt, like I have 12 of these t-shirts and I just rotate through every day. So it looks like I just dress the same thing every day.
Well, who did that? Was it Steve Jobs?
Yeah, Steve, Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, it's a simple decision. Like you don't even think about it. I just get dressed, put on my t-shirt, and I go to work. That's it. And it's a life choice. It's super simple. But as far as looking good, like I'm recently like trying to up my game as far as looking good because like I'm in construction. I do I buy these houses and I flip them and stuff like that. But this is trying to look a little bit more prestigious for the radio show and all of that stuff. It's like I'm walking over, jeans ripped up and a t-shirt, like, hey, you want to be on our TV show? I'm like, no thanks. Like it doesn't portray the image. Like this guy has this fabulous podcast, and so I'm trying to up my game for my image from that on that front.
Well, maybe you should get different shirts.
The Topless Talk Shock. I've actually thought about that. I'm not quite there yet. Like I've actually like either want to get a ball cap or just a t-shirt that says Topless Talk. And like, it's a great conversation starter. Like, what's Topless Talk? Well, let me tell you about it. I don't know if I'm tiptoeing with that idea. Like I'm not fully out of the closet that I have this podcast to friends and family.
You are in a small town.
I am in a small town, and it's amazing how many people in a small town, once I tell them what I'm doing, they're like, this is fabulous. I want to be on your show. How do I get on your show? And so that's me embracing it. And I think until I fully own it and embrace it and embody it, that I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to this show.
Why do you think that?
Well, I just I'm hiding it. Like I'm not fully out there with like, this is what it is. And so more people won't know about it. Because as soon as I tell them what it is, like it's funny. The only people that have told me they don't like it are my friends and family. Mostly family, actually, not even friends. Like my parents are like, my mom was like, yeah, you get it, son. That's amazing. You go out and you do that. You have all the girls that you want on that show. And then my dad's like, I'm really worried about you. I'm really concerned for your eternal salvation. The Lord Jesus Christ is he needs to come into your heart. And I'm like, thanks, Dad. I appreciate that. But it's like, it's funny because like, these people that I care the most about, my mom and my dad and my brothers and my sister. And my sister's like, I love you. You can do whatever you want with your life. But like other people are very, judgmental. And I think this goes back to your value thing. So I think I value other people's opinion more than I want to give credit to. Mm-hmm. And I had someone, I don't know this exact quote, but this was something that someone said to me in essence. I'm going to probably not get it right, but that's okay. You can understand the gist of it. And it was basically that a boy seeks for permission, a man makes the decision and moves forward. And I think I'm still stuck between that boy and man phase in my life where I'm still trying to seek for approval and seek for permission to do certain things, whether it's in my marriage with my wife, whether it's with my parents, as far as that goes. And so I think there's this growing up that still needs to happen on my end.
Well, and especially when you're getting into something that's risque.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like,
and you've had a different kind of life before.
Taboo. Oh yeah. I was very, conservative Christian, and, this was for procreation, not for recreation. And it's like, this whole like, save yourself, abstinence before marriage and all of this. And so I did that. And it's like, you always hear like the flip side. I don't know maybe if you did or not, but I heard the flip side of that story was like, oh, how are you going to try it? How are you going to buy a car until you take it for a test drive? And I'm like, that's just manipulation. You're just trying to sleep with that woman, aren't you? There's some truth to this now. Like I'm thinking about this as a grown man, and I'm like, wow, like there is some serious truth. Like, how do you know that you're compatible with somebody if you don't do it? But then you get married and you're like, well, dang, we're married now. Like, what can we do? I'm gonna get a divorce, an annulment, like Britney Spears, one night, what's the year over,
I mean, honestly, a lot of people change after they get married anyway, and sex entirely changes.
It does. Well, as I'm experiencing.
Yeah.
I mean, married 13 years, lost 50 pounds, and I like sex drive is through the roof, but I'm not able to express that in a way that's that I want to, and I'm trying to keep it healthy too by not cheating and doing things like that. I don't look at porn. I don't masturbate to that. So I got a talk show instead. That's what I do. This is my creative outlet. This is how I get a release.
Like the things that you were saying, I completely agree with. God and sex is for marriage and all of that stuff, but at the same time, sex is meant to be enjoyed. God created sex to be enjoyed. Right. So it's unfortunate that we have to separate enjoyable sex and Christianity.
It is. I think it's very, very unfortunate. But I go back to the values though that you're talking about here. So like, so there's, if someone's a value, so let's say my value is pleasure. Like I want to be pleased. But I also have needs, and my need is to keep a family intact as far as like husband and wife, happy with kids. I have 5 young kids, like where does it, am I reading into this correctly as far as values and needs? Is that a proper need, or is that not even a right need? I'm looking for some free coaching here.
In the context of it.
She's good, by the way, so you can hire her.
We could take a break and do some testing, or we can do another one and go over it.
Check that out.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hello, my name is Alice Lamana, and I was given an amazing food reading from Ryan last week, and it was the most amazing thing I've actually ever experienced.
I have to be honest, I thought at first it was just kind of this scam that was unique that this guy was running to be able to just see lots of boobs on the internet. But it turned out to be actually pretty intuitive and accurate.
He was able to pick up on things that I've known about myself, but that I haven't voiced out loud to anybody.
He explained things that I didn't share with him, and the connections make sense to me. It helped me learn a little bit more about how my body stores energy that I'm experiencing.
I was shocked. Couldn't believe some of the things that he had said.
I would highly recommend Ryan.
Oh my gosh, I highly recommend it.
Try it. See what happens. See what you find out about yourself.
I just had a boob reading with Ryan, and I want to highly recommend that you do also.
Now, back to our Topless Talk interview with Ryan Nickel.
But the guideline is it's going to help you see, okay, here are my needs. We heard this story in my coaching program. And
You do virtual coaching, by the way?
I do.
Okay, so just FYI.
I do virtual coaching, especially in the last 2 years. Everything is through Zoom. And I've been amazed that you can make personal connections with people through Zoom. And I graduated from UC Davis coaching program, and it was all through Zoom.
Oh, wow. So it's actually like accredited. It's through a university. Wow.
Yeah.
So it's not like some like online, I got this certificate from this online like studio or whatever, but yours like legit.
I went to Davis for it.
Okay, yeah,
It
wow.
was great, but all through Zoom. And we connected. Our cohort was great. We peer coached through it, and it was real coaching.
Wow.
It was amazing. So yeah, I do virtual. You can make some good connections that way.
I wanted to plug you. So anyway, you're going to say a story about your...
Yes. Okay. So the woman she was on her 4th divorce.
Wow.
And, getting into her next relationship and really didn't want to repeat the pattern.
Right.
So she was working with a coach, and the coach looked at her needs and values, and she needed variety, which is instability.
Got it. And that is one of my like needs. That's why real estate for me is so, it's held me the longest, because I've had like 21 different jobs in my lifetime, my career. But real estate is the one that I've been doing for the longest, 7.5 years, because it's a variety. It's always a new property. It's always a new family. It's always a new problem. So it keeps me engaged.
Yes.
The mundane stuff, like the paperwork and all that stuff, it kills me. I absolutely can't do it. I'm a piler, not a filer. It's a mess. It's everywhere. But the action of like going and like finding new stuff, so that keeps me busy. So I'm engaged in that.
It gives you the variety.
The variety, instability. I'm a very unstable person.
So she unfortunately was finding that met through multiple relationships. She was happy in her relationships. She loved them. It was great. But her deep need for variety led to these breakups. So her coach helped her see that was the pattern. That's why she was doing it.
This is so interesting. So my wife goes, "How come you keep doing the show?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Like, how come? Like, so if I don't do the show, I'm irritable. Like, I'm almost going through like withdrawals." And part of it is because it's the variety. I'm understanding this better now. It's the variety. Like, there's new people, new faces, new conversations, new stories, new boobs. I mean, that's what happens. Like, that's like the thing that keeps me like excited and going. And I didn't really understand that until right now.
It's one of your things.
It is. Well, I knew that variety was, but I didn't put it all together, because I went through a similar assessment earlier. This was when I was in photography. So I actually went through like a pornography addiction class. and they're like, oh, we got to figure out what your thing is. And his program wasn't specifically to like cure you of pornography. It was like, okay, let's find something that's better, more attractive than pornography, because pornography is more of an escape. And I can honestly say I haven't looked at porn in like a long time. It's been amazing. I just found other alternatives. But the thing is like, he's like adventures. Like I needed an adventure. And so what I would do is I would go every month, I would just do a new adventure. Like I'd go skiing or I'd go rock climbing. I recently wanted to get a Harley, and my wife's like, I can't get a Harley until you buy us a new house. Well, I bought us a new house. So guess what? Daddy's going to get a Harley. So, but I mean, yeah, that's definitely, so I would never have thought of that as being a value though. Or a need.
It's
a need. Yeah. Like I'm thinking of need, like, water, air, shelter, food, like things like that. But these are not like, the
these
hierarchy.
These are not just your basic needs. They're the emotional needs. So this person needed that, and she was doing it through her relationships.
So how do you solve that though? If that's what you want? Like, do you just like polyamorous?
Well, no, her need wasn't necessarily that she needed multiple people to be married to.
Okay.
It was she had that need and wasn't fulfilling it in the right way. So her coach helped her. She was thinking about launching a business, and she did. She started in her 5th marriage.
Wow.
Launched a business. The business gave her the variety that she needed.
Got it.
And she learned how to add in some variety to the relationship.
Got it.
So she was finding what she needed in a way that wasn't beneficial to her life.
So I'm thinking about myself and my life. So my sex once a week missionary style is not doing it for me. So there's no variety there. Yep.
This would be a coaching session with your wife.
Are you like no topic? You're like I don't want to talk to you about this.
I'm so curious. I want to ask her why.
I don't know. Like, honey, you want to come on the show?
If something is good, why don't you want it all the time? And that's a literal thing.
No, I agree. Like,
food is good. I want it all the time.
Growing up though, as a Christian, have you ever heard like, moderation is good, or it becomes a vice? Like, everything is good in moderation, or it becomes a vice. And I think, there's a fear,
yes.
like, too much, it becomes like, it's just dependent.
I'm sure there is a too much. If it disrupts if you're late to work and you get fired.
Yeah, I had to fire one of my employees for that. They heard about that story on a different episode we had. Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess if it's interfering with your life, but
I get it. Yeah, for sure.
I think you're pretty far away from that.
Yeah. No. once a week is interfering with my life. I can tell you that it's interfering in the wrong way. I would love to be late for work. I would love to be like, oh, sorry, I was getting a quickie with my wife, my lunch break or something like that. But I mean, like, it's one of those things like, you start questioning life. Like, did I make the right decision? Did I choose the right spouse? Did we have too many kids? Like, is like, we have 5. It's 5 too many. Was 4 okay? And now, but the 5th one like pushed her over the edge, or am I like putting too much, blame on her? What if it's me? Like, what if I'm the guy that like is the problem? Like there's not like a one size shoe fits all kind of a situation here.
I had 4 kids.
Okay.
And I remember phases of when they were little feeling overtouched. And that's a very, very, very common mom thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, all of those kids have touched me a million times. I physically can't even stand it anymore.
So our youngest is 4. We have a dog that follows her around the house, and she hates the dog. Well, she doesn't hate the dog. She loves the dog. The dog loves her, but the dog will like literally, if she gets up and leaves the room, the dog will get up and leave the room too, just to follow her like it's a shadow, like all the way around the house. And she's like, "What's wrong with this dog?" I'm like, "I don't know."
The dog loves her. That's how my dog is too.
It was abused as a kid. I don't know. I have no idea. But the dog won't, like, literally we go on walks not every night, but most nights we go on walks. And if she crosses the street a little too soon, the dog will immediately dart. And I'm like, ugh! Like, it jerks me across the street because it wants to be next to her. And I mean, truthfully, I want to be next to her too. And then sometimes she's just like, nope, I don't want to be next to you. So, I mean, I do get some rejection in that regard at times. But that's why I have a show.
Yeah. I really wonder all the questions about your wife. I'll be honest.
Yeah, and then this is not like,
and not just her, but like in general. Why doesn't somebody? I think the biggest bonus of being married, because I have Christian values, the biggest bonus of being married is that there's somebody you can have sex with all the time.
Right, like that's the reason why we get married. Like, I mean, I was a virgin until I got married because that very reason is like, hold yourself, like, guard your sacred treasure, and like keep yourself pure and all of this stuff. And then like that should be like the one thing that you do. Like as soon as you're married, like it's a free for all. Like, hallelujah, we're gonna have sex every night, and like you go and you do it, and then like I don't know, it just I don't know, like 13 years, and you would think that you'd still be going strong.
Is it a phase?
if it's see now here's the question, and I've wondered this is like, has my change inside myself, because I think that maybe I have become unattracted to her, because there was a point where she was completely rejecting me, where she would not even like, she wanted to hurt me. Like we had this conversation, she's like, I wanted to hurt you emotionally because of the changes that you were making and some of the things that you were doing and saying. I recently took up profanity. I wanted to try it on, like, a t-shirt. I'm like, I'm gonna try on profanity this month. And I like it. I love the free expression that it has. Like, I've never really cussed in my life. And so, like, my sister was listening to the podcast. She's like, wow, I don't know what to think. And I'm like, well, it is what it is, And so, but for me, it's like, it feels good to freely express myself. But when I do it at home, my wife goes, don't talk like that. I'm like, why? She's like, because it's vulgar and it's repulsive to me. And you're very unattractive when you cuss like that. And I'm just like, but it's an expression of who I am, and that's how I feel. And I don't want to, have it like be pent up, or I don't want to bottle it up. I want to be able to freely express myself. And so I wonder though, if there are some changes that have happened with me that have made me unattracted to her, and the once a week is more obligatory in the relationship to keep me satisfied and happy. And if that's the case, then we should have it a lot more, because I'm not satisfied and happy. But that's a question that I wonder about sometimes. If I'm not my own worst enemy, and I'm not self-sabotaging myself because of my changes and my desires. And then like, where do you draw the line on like, my needs versus wants and my values? Like, is this like, because you hear this often sometimes that, especially in the Christian community, that men should sacrifice, they should bow down, and they should give to the greater good, which is the family, or to the spouse, the whole thing about like, happy wife, happy life kind of thing. And I'm like, no, happy spouse, happy house.
Okay, I'll be honest. We grew up in different churches.
Yes, for sure. Okay. Yeah.
And so some of the things you say,
mine's very patriarchal.
I have not heard.
Really?
No.
Like what?
Like what you just said, how men are supposed to bow down and.
Well, yeah, so very submissive. They want us to be very submissive. I'm like, well, I take that back. I don't want to like, paint like this as like, doctrine for the Christian church that I go to, but it's interesting because I come from a very patriarchal church where men are the ruling class, but at the same time in the house, they're like, oh, you need to be nice to your wives. You need to be doing all of this stuff. And like, it's just this weird dichotomy, this weird dynamic that happens, but it's, even if you throw Christianity out the window, you still have a lot of men that are very submissive, taking a back seat to their wives in the house without the religion. And I think that is, at least I know I did it from a very conscious standpoint, where my wife is a very good organizer. I'm very unorganized. And so she is a good household manager. She manages the finances for the house. I manage it for the business. She manages for the house. She takes the kids to their appointments. She cooks the meals. She has a schedule for laundry. So, I mean, she's a very good house manager. And so I defer to her in that. I'm like, well, shoot, do everything else well. Why don't you just keep doing everything?
And I don't think that's bowing down or taking a backseat. I think when you have a traditional household like that, with, you work and you provide for the family, and she takes care of the house and family, I think that's just by default how people run things. Yeah. But it's not.
But when I come home, though, she's done. She's like, I'm done being mom. It's your turn to be dad. And I'm like, well, you do such a good job of it. Why do I want to step in? And like, because, well, this is what happens though. Like, no, I kid you not. So like, I'll come in and she's like, okay, it's your turn now. You're in charge. I'm like, fantastic. I'm looking, I'm like, oh, it's only 6 o'clock. Hey guys, there's a movie playing at 6:30. Let's go get some movie theater popcorn. Let's go watch a movie. Like, this is my idea of like being a dad. Like, we're just going to go watch a movie. We're going to go to the park. We're going to go do something fun. And she's like, how come you're the fun dad? And how come you do all these fun things? And she gets mad at me. So like, this is like a real conversation. Like, it gets like, it's this resentment that happens, is now I'm the fun dad and she's the mean mom. And I never intend that to happen, but that affects sex life now. Mm-hmm. Because now the kids are like, oh, dad's so much fun and you're not, and blah, blah, blah. And like, I'm sorry that this happens that way. But at the same time, it's like, you wanted me to take control, and for my need to be spontaneous and to have some kind of variety, this is what I do. And not only that, it's also easy management. Because popcorn and a movie, I can kill 2 hours and okay, it's bedtime, kids, so it's easy for me too.
How would she feel if you did the whole after school thing? The kids came home from school, they need snacks and homeworks and direction and the time frame where stuff has to be done. So we do that once every other week. We have a mommy night and a daddy night where I'll come home. Not quite after school, but like 4 o'clock. So I got a text message. She wants to go see Marry Me tomorrow. So that's her mom. It wasn't good. It wasn't good? It's on TV. You can watch it on... Oh, well, I'll tell her that then. We would have been very disappointed if we went to the movies and saw it. It was like...
That bad, huh?
It was so bad. It was so bad. It was like watching a bad Hallmark Christmas movie.
Oh no!
But with big names, so you keep watching it because you're like, it has
Expecting
J-Lo.
something, yeah.
It's got to be good.
Owen Wilson.
No, it was horrible.
Oh,
it
no.
was Hallmark Christmas movie quality.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, I'll tell her that. But the idea behind the mommy night, daddy night was that she was early on in our marriage, which is like, I got to get a break. Like, I'm home all day with the kids. I need to get out. And so we started doing this. And then like after a while, I'm like, well, I need a daddy night too. Like I work all day. I come home and I get the kids. And so every other week we take off. So I'll come home at 4 and I'll do dinner. I'll do bedtime. I'll do the dishes, which I do the dishes almost. Our kids are old enough. They do the dishes. But last night I did dishes because it was Valentine's night. But anyway, so I'll do everything. So she'll come home to a clean, empty house not empty, but clean, and the kids are already in bed. And so we do that every other week. And that's been really, kind of like her break. Like, some people work for the weekends. We work for our mommy or our daddy nights. That's what we like. Oh yeah. So my daddy night. And, those have been, helpful. If we didn't have those, I don't know what married life would be like.
I didn't have those for a very, very, very long time. I know what that married life is like.
Yeah.
I never had a time away.
So she has a reset, it's every 2 weeks, she has a reset. And then I did this for a while and I haven't done it and I asked her about this too. I said, do you want to get away for a weekend? Like, cause I would pay for her to go take a flight and she would just go somewhere either with her mom or with her friends or do something like that. And, I've heard from other people like, oh, that's a stupid idea. You're just setting yourself up for trouble. She's going to cheat on you. I'm like, my wife's never going to cheat on me. Like, they're like, you're setting her up to go to have fun with some other man somewhere else. I'm like, that's an insecure dude that's telling me those stories. Like, I'm not worried about my wife. Like, going
yeah, everybody takes vacations
without
and
their spouses.
And what?
Without their spouses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I do for business all the time. And so I have no problem with that. I'm like, sure. I mean, she needs a break. And, it also, those are the times where I appreciate her more. I'm like, oh man, like 2 or 3 full days with the kids. You can only watch so many movies. You can only go to the park so many times before you're just like, okay,
Yeah, you got to do the real stuff at home.
Yeah. I got to really man up and do it. But it's like, it's interesting. And I asked her if she wanted to do that. She's like, no, I don't really have anything I want to do. So I've given those opportunities recently. But here's like the bottom line of all of that though, is I feel like I do this in order to get more sex. Like I'm trying to give her the gift of freedom. I'm trying to give her the gift of time. I'm trying to give her the gift of, self-discovery, to be alone by herself in order to reward me with sex. And I think this is also, is something that men do. Is they try to be this white knight that comes in and like, I will lay down my life for you, madam. And like, this is, it's unfortunate because it's an unspoken contract that doesn't really happen. Like, I remember getting pissed at my wife. I'm like, I did the dishes for you, damn it. Like, why aren't you going to have sex with me tonight? She's like, I never asked you to do the dishes. Like, and like in my mind, I'm like, I'm doing this. Like, I'm going to get laid tonight. And like, I'm washing these dishes. I'm all happy. I'm dancing around. And she's like, comes over and she gives me a kiss on the cheek. She's like, oh, thanks for doing that. I'm like, yeah, fantastic. She knows it. She knows it too. Even though I never spoke it. Like I was, my fault for not, hey, if I do X, Y, Z, will you do A, B, C kind of thing? And I'll give you the D. And it didn't happen, it just didn't happen. And so I'm like, and I remember being pissed. Like, how come you don't do that? Like, women don't like reciprocate like that, or do they?
Well, do you feel like you need to do something nice for her every time she does the dishes?
I feel like I'm an obligation to her because she controls the sex in the family. If I could have sex every night of the week.
Okay, but what I'm saying is when she does the dishes, which
she doesn't
ever.
I mean, sometimes she does. Occasionally, our kids do it now.
Okay.
Yeah, our kids.
I'm just saying, like when she does a basic household chore.
Yeah.
Like cleans the bathroom. Do you think you need to do something nice for her because she cleaned the bathroom?
Well, I think it's I make the money, she spends it, and that's part of her her allowance. Basically, we have a house cleaner though. I mean, I provide a maid for the family. So I mean, come on, like she doesn't do much.
Okay, I was just trying to be like.
But I get your point. Like she mopped the floors. Am I going to go like hey baby, I'm going to suck your toes now? Which I've never done, by the way. Someone told me this, like it's amazing. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna pass on that one.
Yeah.
I would never. No.
I wouldn't either. Like someone told me this. They're like, oh, it's the most like orgasmic thing. I'm like, I'm good. I'm totally good on that. Like, no, thank you.
On feet, definitely. I love baby's feet. Mm-hmm. Toddler feet, but after they get past that, I don't want to even. I don't want to touch
massage feet. Like I massage them.
I don't even want to touch them.
Oh, I massage my wife's feet because she likes that. And it's just, sometimes you can work from the foot up
Yeah.
the leg and like, oh, hey, what happens here?
Massages usually lead to sex.
Sometimes. And my wife, she's the one who told me this, and she got this from like, her spiritual leader growing up. And so, from religious background, it's like, it's back rubs in the front room lead to front rubs in the back room. And so for the longest time, she's like, I can't have a massage when we're dating.
Oh
I'm like,
my gosh.
what? Like paranoid, like that this massage from the little shoulders might creep on down to her breast,
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
I know, right? Like there's a lot of just like paranoia around sex that is kind of like, coming out. And so it's funny. Like it's a funny like concept to think about. I mean, yeah, front rubs or back rubs in the front room lead to front rubs in the back room.
I've never heard that.
I had neither. She's the one that told me that. And she got it from her leader, whatever, like her spiritual counselor, whatever.
The little things they tell you when you're younger
Well, yeah,
to keep you following lines.
Well, that was the whole thing. Like, you brought this up as well, that, lies that we don't know are not lies. And like, I think that's a lie. Like, yeah, that, not all back rubs are going to lead to front rubs.
No, when I was in high school, I'm still best friends with some of my best friends from high school. And we had a couple of guy best friends, and this
Yeah.
must have been torture for them. But, we didn't know at the time. So we're like 15 and 16. We were all hanging out, and we would sit like in a row, and we would all massage each other.
Right.
In the bed and everything. It never led to anything because us girls,
wow.
we're just thinking literal. We just want our back rub, and we'll rub their back too. Nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
Ever. And I'm like, massages are great.
I get massages weekly, by the way, because I love touch. And I honestly think that because I get massages weekly, part of it is because I feel neglected. Like if I'm being honest with myself, I'll go pay someone to touch me, like to touch my body, because I want to be touched. Like I want to be touched in such a bad way, and that I'll go pay somebody to do it. In fact, I just befriended someone who's actually in a massage school, and she's like, I need to practice, buddy. I'm like, me.
Yes.
If you look over there in the corner, that is my massage table I recently bought.
Oh, I see that.
Yep. So once a week, she'll come and she'll practice. I get free massages. I hope she's not listening to this because she's just starting and it's not that good. Just being honest.
Okay, well,
you'll get better.
I've recently learned through my last massage I had that
I still pay for all the ones too.
He graduated from his massage program completely through Zoom because it was during COVID.
Oh,
so
my.
he has his massage license and didn't actually touch somebody until he started working because it was all through Zoom.
Oh, gotcha. You see, that's the thing is like she just started. So, and I was her first massage actually. She had never done it. And you can tell like when someone like has the mental knowledge, but the physical knowledge, the experience isn't there. And that's, I think that, to tie a corollary here, like with my experiences, I've only been with two women, like my first wife and my second wife. And as a result, like I feel very inexperienced when I'm talking to someone who's like, I have 15 times a week and it's like, it's amazing. And we change it up all the time. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do here. I'm like, and this is why I have this show is because your experience can now become my experience. I can learn from other people. They can say, hey, have you ever tried this? Or this is something that I really enjoy. I'm like, that's a really good idea. I'm gonna write this down right now. And that's the whole point of the show is like, 1,000 interviews to change 1 million lives. I really believe that we can get a variety of individuals out here on the show that can just, not every show is going to relate to every person, but there's enough of the variety that there's going to be people that be like, you spoke to me. Like what you said really hit home. Like it was something that I needed to hear. It was deep. And that's the whole reason why this show exists.
Well, listening to the one you released yesterday just made us talk about everything. Like we went back and forth. Oh, they asked this question. Well, how do you feel about this question? And we talked about all of it, and it was great.
Who's we?
Me and my person.
Your person.
My person.
Yeah, she's a person.
I can't say.
It's fine. It's totally cool.
The reason why boyfriend feels like a really weird word.
Okay.
Being an adult.
Oh.
And it seems very limiting because even when I was married, my husband.
This is interesting.
Because roles. So
yeah, okay.
Husband was a very small box.
Okay.
Wasn't my best friend. Definitely was not my best friend. And I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't experience it before to know what to compare it to. It wasn't somebody that I would run random errands with, or when my life was falling apart, they weren't the person I went to. I would go to my best friends. And now I'm in a relationship where he's my best friend. And so boyfriend seems limiting. So he's my person. Like he's my person for everything.
That's cool.
person.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
See, so my wife, she has been my best friend. I don't have any guy friends. I have coworkers that I work with, and my co-host here is kind of turning into a good friend. I wouldn't say he's my best friend, but he's definitely turned into a good friend. And I don't have a whole lot of like close male friends. But my wife has been like my best friend. But it's interesting though, because during this transformation that I've gone through, some of my beliefs and my values about religion have changed, and that's caused a separation. So like, we were once right here, and like, okay, Ryan's religious beliefs have changed. I don't do CrossFit anymore. And that was something we did daily. And so I'm like, I've moved away. My parenting technique with my kids has been a lot more lax. And my kids want to do something, I'm like, sure, go ahead and do it. You only live once. So now we're like expand. So like we're becoming farther and farther apart. And so like, I still would consider her, I don't have a best friend. But I would consider her a very, very good friend. Like she's the person that I would tell, like if something exciting happened, I would call her up and tell her. She'd be the first person I would call and say, hey, this just happened. Like this is super exciting. But I don't know, like, I don't know what I don't know.
Can you tell her everything?
There's nothing that she doesn't know. She knows everything. Almost to the point where it hurts her that I tell her too much. And so I've learned to now be very, not specific, but like...
filter?
Yeah, I filter. Like she doesn't need to know certain things. Like I told her one time, as far as like my physical attraction to her, I was like, these are some of the things that I'm not physically attracted to about you, and I never have been, but I never told you this, and I think you should know. Why? What good does that do other than me just saying, well, I was honest. I told you everything. And so I think there is a boundary, a filter, if you will, of things that should just not even be voiced, because it doesn't do anything helpful.
I heard this saying years ago, and it's really helped me because I like the honesty and truthful part.
Yeah.
But the truth without the other person's best interest in mind is really just selfishness.
That's interesting. See, I wasn't trying to be selfish. I just was trying to put everything on the table. Actually, I take that back. I wanted to hurt her so that she would leave me.
So you didn't. The truth was not in the best interest of the other person.
I was too afraid to tell her that I was not happy with the relationship. So I thought if I was brutally honest, that she would have enough pain that she would leave.
And instead?
She's not going anywhere.
But it hurt her.
It did. It hurt her. We worked past that. But yeah, I mean, there just were things that don't need to be told.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm curious, what other tidbits or knowledges that you got?
Ask me something.
How about we pull out these cards here?
Okay.
All right, so these are you guys know, these are the 69 After Dark questions. Don't know what we're going to get into. We haven't been through the whole entire deck yet, so we'll just, you choose a card, I choose a card, and you'll read the card and you'll answer it. Or you'll say, no, I'm not answering it. We've yet to have anyone not answer it yet, so. Oh,
this one's sweet.
All right, here we go.
What does romance look like for you?
Ooh, interesting.
There's so much. I think the best thing is just knowing that he wants to be with me.
Okay.
And make me feel good no matter what it is. It's not a setup situation. It's not a massage so he can get sex.
Okay. So that quid pro quo?
Yeah, it's just everything is.
So he'd be okay doing all of these things. So let's play this out. Let's say he romances you. He buys you flowers. He takes you to a really nice fancy dinner.
I hate flowers, by the way.
Okay, well, let's say what do you like instead?
Food and tacos.
Okay, so he takes you to tacos. He buys you tacos, and it's the best tacos. Like, you can't get these tacos anywhere else. Like, you have, like, there's a waiting list, but he knows somebody. He slips him a 20 or whatever. You get into the place. So you get these tacos, and it's just amazing. And you're like, oh, this is fantastic. I'm really kind of full. I'm kind of tired. Like, he did all of this at the expectation of, like, well, like, I want to have sex at the end of this. Like, I want my dessert.
We openly talk about sex so much that this is so funny to say. It would be fine because I'd be like, man, I ate so much. I'm full. I just need to sleep tonight. And he would be okay with it.
Okay.
There are times because we do have frequently.
How frequent is frequent?
A couple times in the morning, usually.
Okay.
And most nights.
Okay. So a couple times in the morning. So on an average day.
3-ish.
So 3 times a day. There's 7 days a week. So 21 times a week.
Yeah.
Okay. So in this situation where I'm a one a week guy, her and her person are 21 times a week. So it's like, oh, sure. What's tonight when tomorrow morning I'm going to roll over and we're going to have sex 3 times? Is that what you said?
Sometimes, yeah.
So, okay. So the real question is, did you have sex 3 times this morning?
No, it's just once this morning.
Oh, just once this morning. Got it. That's
So usually because so most people are opposite. You guys have to decide which night you're going to have sex.
it's regimented to a day. It's Sunday only.
Okay, so ours would be like, because we would normally expect it.
Hallelujah! It's my day of rest.
We kind of announce when we're not going to.
Oh, really? How do you announce that? Like, I'm not having sex today. Let it be known.
Yeah, it's just like I'm not feeling it. Like I'm exhausted.
But because you have it so frequent, it's like it's totally cool because like it's there's no drought. It's like right around the corner. So we moved into a new house this past couple of weeks, and so I haven't actually had sex. I take that back. I had sex on Sunday, but it was like 2.5 weeks. I'm like, I was dying, like 2.5 weeks without sex, and I'm like, I'm not jerking off. I'm not doing anything else, and so I'm just like, okay, here, I'm like, semen retention over here.
Okay, but why not?
Why not jerk off?
Yeah,
I just don't like it.
Okay.
I used to watch porn, and I used to jerk off the porn. There's something that is unsatisfying about that to me. So I just don't do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm curious though, when you say you have sex 3 times on the morning, and you don't have to answer this is too personal. I'm just curious for my own satisfaction. Is it like straight up like we're having sex, or it's like, oh, I blew him, then, he ate me out, and then we had, formal sex, or like, cause I mean, like, oral sex, and then, regular sex. And it's like, it's in the span of like, 2.5 hours. Like, what does that like look like in a normal morning? Because I'm imagining you guys have lives and work and stuff like that.
Very flexible schedules.
Okay.
So there is no
kids. Like we have kids. Like I have, kids have to go to school. Like there's like they have to be up by 6:30. They got to be dressed, brush their teeth, out the door, all that stuff. So we have, mornings are kind of like, not going to happen.
My kids are grown and do not live with me.
Got it. So fair enough. But anyways, I'm still curious about this
variety
3 times in the morning thing.
It'd be a mix.
A mix. Okay. Fantastic. Beautiful. Gotta love it. And so, I mean, these are some of the things that like make me wonder, like,
And this is why I'm like, why? If something is good, why don't you want it all the time?
I do.
Some people don't.
No, I really do. I think that would be amazing. But I also am very committed to the confines of marriage that I have. I have a family and I have a marriage, and I'm probably going to look back at this 20 years later. I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
I'm probably going to look back at this in 5 minutes and be like, I cannot believe I said that.
Well, sorry, it's already out there now. So, but your question is very interesting because romance it's so broad. So your romance is tacos.
I think it's love. I think that's romance looks like love. It's not a specific scenario. It's not superficial flowers. It's the everyday knowing he chooses me.
This reminds me of something a judge said a while ago, and I don't know if it's attributed properly to a judge or not, but he says, I don't know what porn is, but I know when I see it. And I think this attributes to the same sentiment can be attributed to romance. It's like, I cannot describe what it is, but I know it when I see it. Like, you can't describe romance, but when you see it, when you feel it.
Yeah. And
it's definitely not marry me. That is not romance.
No, it was bad.
All right. Anything else you want to say about your card?
No. Are you going to answer it?
Me? Mm-hmm. It's interesting. I was thinking about that when you were reading it, and I think that's part of my problem is that I'm so far past the romance. Like I used to be a romantic, and I used to do all of these things expecting sex. And because for so many years and for so long I didn't get it, that I don't do things like that anymore. I buy her flowers because she wants gifts, but it's so regimented. Like I have my phone tell me, hey, it's time to buy flowers. And so every 6 weeks I either get a reminder to buy her flowers or to buy her chocolate or to buy her a card and put it in the mail.
So you regiment your romance like she regiments.
Do. It's very astute observation. But it's not very spontaneous. But part of the reason why is because several times she's mentioned to me that she's not a very spontaneous person. That when I throw things on her last minute, it gives her anxiety.
Okay.
And it's very hard for her to do that. Because
I love plans. I understand that.
Yeah.
I like plans.
So yeah, me, like I would just pack up and let's go to the mountains. Let's go buy a cabin. Let's go out there. go in the snow. Let's come back and make love by the fire. Like I'm just like I want to do those things spontaneously. Like, but well, what about the kids? We got to board the dog. All these like real life situations. And so I just stopped over time. And I mean, I can't. There's not one person that's at fault in the way the relationship has developed over time. I think it's both of us. But my romance for her has definitely taken a backseat to plan regiment as far as like flowers and cards and stuff like that.
So what do you think would happen if you started doing all of those things but not expecting something in return and just did it?
It's a good question. I mean, I do random acts of kindness like for her. And there are sometimes I ask her like, hey, what can I do for you today to show you that I love you? And she'll like tell me something small. I'll go do it. But I think you're asking me more like, what would I do if I did it because I wanted to without asking her and without any expectation? I would do it for a while, but I can't say that I would do it very long if there was no reward in it. Like I want to be rewarded. And maybe that's not love. Maybe I don't love her the way that I imagined that I do, because I'm not willing to go and sacrifice myself in such a way that she is, that I'm doing something for her without any kind of expectation for pleasure. Yeah. I mean, how would you answer that question? Because you're getting satisfied. I mean, so like, you just do it because, like, why?
Well, I wasn't always in this relationship.
That's true.
I had a previous marriage that was loveless, and extended periods of time of him gone for a job and whatnot.
Did you please yourself did you have like how would you please yourself when he's gone for these extended periods of time?
It was just nothing.
Nothing at all. Because you asked me like why don't I jack off? I'm like I don't like it.
Okay, because you get to a point of being without sex, and then you're fine.
Well, I mean, apparently I was for like what 20 something years until I finally had sex. I was 23. And then after that, I was 3 years while I waited in between my marriages.
I kind of being the woman, so I feel like I want to look at it from your wife's point of view.
Yeah.
And in my previous marriage, he provided and, did things, but he resented it. And I knew that. I didn't know the word. I knew the feeling because I knew how he was treating me was different and the structure of our family. And it wasn't until he used that word and then everything made sense for years.
Right.
It made sense. But so he was technically doing the nice things, but he didn't feel it. And so I knew. And the truth is I resented needing his support.
Oh, I got you.
I resented the money. I resented because I knew it wasn't for love. So it didn't mean anything. So you feel like you're working and you're providing for the family. And I know you love your family. So it's not,
I do.
It's not resentful at all. Like you love blessing them and giving them those things.
Oh, I love the experiences. But I mean, it is tough too. Like we had this experience I asked my wife this question. I was like, hey, do people ever get divorced because of their children? She's like, oh, do you mean do dads ever walk away from their family because they can't handle it? I'm like, it's kind of what I'm asking, but no, because it's crazy, and I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. Like, I got one teenager, and we're gonna have a household of like 4 or 5 of them at a time, and it's crazy the amount of
I did not think that through when I was having my kids back to back.
I was like 2 years apart.
They're gonna be such good friends. Oh no.
Some of them are, some of them aren't.
No, they're going to become teenagers, and your life is going to be crazy, and you're going to have teenagers multiple all at the same time.
And I mean, it is what it is. I can't change that, and I love my kids, and it is challenging. I mean, like last night, my daughter was just a pill, and I've called her a bitch before, and my wife goes, "Don't you ever call her that?" And like tears streaming down her face. Don't you ever call her that? That's so disrespectful. So anyway, last night our daughter was just like. Just the worst of the worst. And I'm like, you're acting like such a B right now. And I said B. And my wife goes, don't you even say that to her. I'm like, what, brat? That's the B word. She's like, no, that's not the B word you had intended. And I'm like, but she is. Like, why can't I express myself in my own house and be able to like fully just be frustrated? Like, how come as a parent, I can't be frustrated? If my kid can be frustrated and can yell at me, why can't I yell back? And there's like this whole like, well, you should be in control and blah, blah, blah.
Because that's not the communication skills we want to teach them.
No, it's not. But if I'm in the moment and I'm upset, I'm like, shoot, I'm going to be upset. I don't pent stuff up. And so anyway, I don't yell at my kids like that. But anyway, it was like, I'm like, you're acting like such a bee right now. And apparently that wasn't even good enough. I gotta like tone that down. So, because it is the innuendo of what it implied. So.
But it's all, I mean, if you're saying you're acting like it, that is different than calling somebody.
True.
Because it's a descriptive word.
I was very particular and definite on the words that I chose. And she was man.
Yeah, people get divorced because of their kids.
So.
But not because of that. But kids are difficult, and communication is difficult, and relationships are hard, and that's just one
messy.
more thing. And
it is, yeah.
It's hard.
I often wonder though, like I wonder if my wife would be happier with somebody else. Because she's told me that she loves me, like she's like I'm her one and her only, and like she's like, but I don't believe it. Like I'm like, you're not in love with me. Like unless we love differently, because I'm thinking like if someone's in love with me, they like couldn't wait till I come home. They want to like just be with me. They want to have sex with me more than once a week, and I just those are things that I just I don't see. Like so, I wonder too that if she wouldn't just be happier with someone else. It's a tough situation.
It is.
It's messy too. I mean, we got like 35 rental properties, and we have 5 kids, and it's just. It's the whole adage, like it's cheaper to keep her. And I hate to say that in this context, because the whole idea of this show was for me to be able to become more in tune with my sexuality and to be better as a husband and a lover to my wife. And the more that I have this show, the more I see how much I'm actually missing out and feeling neglected.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
There's been a lot of trauma in my marriage, in my experience, and in my husband's passing. I was seeking healing in whatever capacity I was able to encounter it. I came across Ryan, and we decided to go forward and planned for a session. Then we met at the for Ed's office for a counseling for a session, which began with counseling. And the counseling component itself was pretty impressive. It was very thorough with seeing me, and really I felt very seen in my whole experience, so he could see what direction I was ready to move in and from what perspective I was coming from. It felt like a very unexpected healing experience that I embraced. It came to me, and it was an opportunity for me to exercise my adult consent in a safe place. I feel grounded in my healing journey, and I look forward to continuing that journey of healing and growth. I have a lot of gratitude for Ryan and the work that he's done for me.
Now, back to our Topless Talk interview with Ryan Nickel.
And so it's actually having the opposite effect.
Have you asked her the effect on her?
The show?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she does not like it at all. She does not want me looking at other women's boobs. She wishes the show would be a little bit more reputable so that she can share it with her friends and family. Basically, no boobs, no cussing, just talk about relationships, no sex. And I'm like, well, hell, what else do you want me to be? Like, it's like it's like, if I can check all these boxes off your list, you'll be happy with me. And it goes back to my original conversation about, do I want to be somebody that I can get their approval, and I'm trying to fill my own self out here. And I'm like, no, you know what? I'm okay with this. I really am okay with this show and what we talk about and what we do. And if we talk about like separating here, like I'm moving further and further away because I'm becoming more of who I want to become rather than me molding myself into who my partner wants me to be. This is what happened in my first marriage. I became who my first wife wanted me to be, so that I didn't want her to leave me because I didn't want to be a divorced man. And in a religious community, like it's like you're shunned upon, like, oh, he's broken, there's something wrong with him. His wife left him for a good reason, And so those are all reasons for me to conform and to be basically, somebody who I wasn't. And it was a hard time trying to find myself again. And I think I was still trying to find myself when I got married the second time.
How old were you?
The second time? Mm-hmm. 28.
Okay.
So I was married at 23 and then divorced at 26 and then married again at 28. Yes. And then married for 13 years, going on 14. And I mean, truth be told, I mean, when you actually fully like find yourself, like here I am, like 42, almost 42 years old, and I'm like barely finding myself. Like,
I think it's an ongoing process.
I think so too. So with that, let's read this next card. You want to surprise your partner sexually with a treat. What would you be? Or what would that be, and why? So is it a treat like food wise, or is it?
Probably depends on the partner.
It probably does. So okay. So I want to surprise my partner sexually with a treat. What would that be, and why? So I think it would be like the first thing that came to my mind is something. So this is I gonna be a little bit personal here.
That hasn't been already.
Not that I haven't yet. So on our honeymoon, my wife went and bought like tons of stuff. Like she was so giddy. Like she was so excited. Like this is so much fun. Like, so she bought some like body frosting. Then some paintbrushes, and like I just loved like to see like how innocent she was with all this stuff. And then she bought like those candy necklaces, but they were just like covering just her nipples, and like their panties that like those you can eat those things. And I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. So she bought all these like these fun things, right? And so we're on our honeymoon, and we did have sex like 3 or 4 times. Like we like never even like left the hotel room like I think the very first day. And now this is the sad part here. Now I have had before. I've been married, and so I'm like, oh, okay, I'm done. Like it's over, But again, I had these issues where like my wife's body type is not my ideal body type. So after having sex like 3 or 4 times, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm kind of done here. Let's go sightseeing. Let's go do something else. But for her, it was new and it's exciting. She's like, no. And I remember her like pulling out this little jar. She's like, but I got this. I can paint my and you can lick it off. And I'm like, And it was chocolate too. I don't like chocolate. So I mean, that's part of the thing too. It's like chocolate's not my thing. I like Sour Patch Kids. Like I like fruity candy. But anyway, that's probably what I would do. But it would be more from like a redemptive like standpoint. Like I would want to do this as one nostalgic, and then to like as a redemptive. Like I would want to right that wrong. And I think that sometimes that I look back on that, and I'm probably reading way too much into this. But I'm like, did I ruin my marriage? Did I taint for my wife because on our honeymoon I wouldn't lick her with the frosting, And so I wonder, but that's the treat that I would do, and it would be kind of a redemptive act.
Do you think she would enjoy it?
I don't know. I really don't. Maybe, possibly. It depends. Like there are some times where she loves it when I kiss her boobs and her nipples, and there are times where she's just like, no, don't do that. So I don't know.
Okay, so next Sunday night, if you just like bust out a little jar of flavored body paint, what do you think?
Why wait till Sunday though?
Because that's your night.
Yeah,
Come on, we have to work within the limits.
I know, and it's not even at night, because at night it's after church. The kids are in bed. It's too tiring because it's our trash day is Monday. So we're taking all the trashes out on Sunday night. It's a frantic. We're trying to get everyone to like get all the trashes, and so Monday it's usually Sunday morning. And it's usually like very spontaneous. I got to like, so this was very spontaneous on this past Sunday. And I was like, well, this was kind of fun. It's like it happened. Other times it's like, all right, well, okay, let's get this over with. So I will do that though. I'll do that and report back. I'll get the body paint. There's a store just down the street, by the way.
Oh. Yeah.
What is your treat?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
What?
I was thinking the whole time you were talking and trying to think of, again, a treat implies it's not often.
Right.
And I'm getting a lot of things often. So
what are you not getting that you would like to get?
I get everything.
Good for you.
I get everything. There are things I didn't even know I wanted until it happened. And
I've heard that from some of our guests. So like, It wasn't until I left my relationship and I found this new person that they showed me this whole world I didn't even know existed. I'm like, you're not helping. I mean, you are, because you're sharing new things with me, but at the same time, you're the storyline is not helping. You're like, oh, if I left this person, I got this, and then like,
okay, but so one of the things we ended up talking about was, I think, on your show that we were listening to, is what makes a good partner a good sex experience.
Yeah.
And it goes back to, for women, so much more emotional. So much more emotional, because life like this, it wouldn't be like this if we didn't have the full emotional connection. And it changes everything. It's not just, here's a treat, or, I had sex. It starts with knowing that he will be there for me. I can trust him. And he would choose me. That's a big thing. So when I was with my ex, we talked about that. He worked overseas and he was gone a lot, and he did not choose me first. He ultimately liked the structure of marriage that wasn't compatible with how I view marriage.
Very open.
Well, he was just a cheater.
Oh, okay. Well, call it as it is,
A lying cheater, but
there you are.
I'm trying to be
You
nice.
son of a bitch.
The explanation I give people is, he just moved to somewhere else and decided the structure of marriage wasn't what he wanted.
Got it. Yeah.
That's.
Let me ask you this question though, because
But the point of that is why it's so important for me to be chosen first.
No, I feel you on that, and I think my wife, I think in some ways does not feel chosen. I think in some ways I'm choosing this show above her. Because she's asked me, she's like, why can't I be enough? Why can't I be the only person that you want to look at? Why can't my be enough for you? Why can't I satisfy you in that way? Like, why can't it be? And I'm like, biologically, honey, I'm attracted to a different body type. Like I'm in love with you. Like I love my wife, but attraction and chemistry, like you can't control chemistry. Like you can't control who you're attracted to. And so like, I'll be with her and like, I'll be like at the beach or something and like a girl will walk by and she'll have like my ideal body type. Like I love big boobs. I love just like an hourglass kind of a shape, like full figured woman. And I'm like, whoa, like there's something there. Like my heart doesn't yearn for her or anything like that. My heart is with my wife. Like that's who I love, but there is an attraction that there's a feeling, there's a chemical that happens, a chemical reaction there. There's something that's happening. I'm like, whoa, that has my attention. And that's hard for her is that she feels like she's now competing and I feel in some ways she's withdrawing because of the competition that's there. I'll tell you this though. This is what happened recently. It was a show that I had coming on and she asked me, she's like, because not all of our guests are topless on the show. It's topless. It has multiple different meanings. Basically, that no topic is off limits, and it's a topless talk show. But some people do get topless at the end of the show because they want to be on our wall of boobs. And she asked me at this particular. She asked me, she's like, "Is there a show tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's a show tonight." She's like, "Are they going to be topless?" And I'm like, "I don't know. You never know. Like sometimes it's spontaneous and sometimes it's planned." Anyway, all of a sudden, I come home from work. And she's waiting for me as I walk in the door. She's there. She gives me a kiss. I'm very affectionate, and I'm like, interesting. This pattern or this behavior hasn't been there for quite some time. All of a sudden, now that there's a show, now there's a possibility there could be boobs on the show. Now I'm getting more attention from my wife, and she's becoming more respondent. And so I wonder if there's like this play for attention where she knows that I'm like, oh, I'm hers. My eyes are only for her, that she gets complacent. We both get complacent. It's like, oh, whatever, I'm fine. But now that there's this competition that's there, that I have this show, that there could be boobs, that she's going to be like, I got to step up a little bit. I got to give him a little bit more attention, give him what he wants. Is that am I reading too much into that?
You would have to ask her.
I did.
How I would feel. I don't compete. So if I felt I was in that marriage, somebody else chose a different thing and it wasn't a radio show. He liked having parties at his place and where he lived and choosing that structure, and I wasn't going to compete. And if I'm not chosen, then I'm not chosen.
There you go. You just you're a big girl about it. You just move on.
I mean, it is what it is. And I stayed in the marriage until it was no more. But I wouldn't compete. So I would just be very hurt. I would probably withdraw. That's what I would do.
Yeah. And that's probably exactly what is happening. And it just makes me go this way even more into the show. I wanted to loop back to something you had said about your person though, about, you didn't know what you didn't know until he's exposed you to whole new experiences. He's giving you this different, this whole new variety. Did you know that from the very first time you guys had sex, or was it just like slow growth?
Well, I've known him for a really long time.
Okay.
So we've talked about a million things, but it took time to get to the good
So you weren't having like 3 times in the morning and 3 times at night or whatever when you first started.
No.
You just built up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Got to know each other better.
Yeah.
Find out more things. But it's not just what I didn't know in that. It was, I didn't even know how somebody could be nice.
Oh,
how somebody could be nice without an ulterior motive.
Without wanting sex.
Or something, yeah.
Well, though, I don't know though, because there's a lot of nice guys out there that are hoping that someday that the girl's finally going to like, oh, you've been here so long, you're the last man standing, I'm going to give it to you now. You know what I mean? Like I don't believe in true altruism, that there's someone's going to sacrifice self in order to just be a nice guy.
No, but I remember the first time he made me dinner, and he set the table.
Okay.
Set the table with silverware and glasses. Now,
did you have sex?
Before or after?
After.
I don't remember, actually. But, I mean, maybe.
Oh, come on. There has to be some kind of expectations at play. Like a guy's not going to go through all of this just because.
But some do.
No. There's always the expectation. There's never like, I'm going to do this just because, and I'm okay not doing anything about it.
I would have to ask him.
Yeah, I seriously would doubt.
I mean, in the back of every...
why would you go through all that effort?
In the back of... Well, to be nice.
No one does it just to be nice.
Women do things to be nice all the time.
Okay.
All the time.
Give me an example.
I make him breakfast most mornings.
Before or after sex?
After.
Well, that's your way of saying thank you.
That's my way of saying thank you?
Yeah. That was great. Like, I'll make you breakfast.
I would do breakfast anyway, because breakfast is one of his favorite meals.
Okay.
So.
But you have the healthy relationship where there's a give and take of sex. Like, if there was no sex, would you still make him breakfast?
Yeah.
For how long?
A long time, looking at my last marriage.
So, but you resenting it though?
I would still do the nice things because I feel like I want to do the right thing regardless of somebody else.
Are you doing the right thing though? Or are you trying to like win him back with your niceness? Like, look at me, I'm a dutiful wife. I'm doing this even though I'm not getting sex.
You know what? Yeah, I did that for a long time. It wasn't that I wasn't getting sex.
Or whatever it is.
But I wasn't getting the affection.
There you go, the attention.
Yeah, the love. Yeah, I tried that. I'm like, I don't get it. I'm a good cook. I'm a really good cook. And I'm an average housekeeper.
It's okay. It's like your profession. I mean,
it's not a disaster.
Yeah. We have a maid.
I'm
so
good
it's like,
at
okay.
these things. Like, I'm doing all the right things. Like, why doesn't he like me?
Yeah.
I look pretty good,
You look great. You're a great talk host show, co-host here. I mean, there's a lot of things going on, but you wanted that attention.
Yeah.
And eventually you didn't get it.
And eventually, I wasn't getting it. And I didn't feel like he even deserved for me to look good.
Interesting.
Because he wanted a trophy wife.
Right, for sure.
And
so
it got to the...
Let it go.
I got to the point, I'm like, you don't,
sweatpants, no makeup, you're going out there.
Put my hair up in a bun.
No bra. Like, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Maybe you probably put a bra on, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So see, though, but it I think there's always motivation. There's always a reason behind the reason why we do something.
I do a lot of things to be nice. I do a lot of things because...
Well, okay, so even
just to make people happy.
Because it makes you feel happy. It's a selfish reason. You want to feel happy yourself.
Making people happy makes me happy.
Yeah. So there's always like a reason.
But it's not the expectation to get something back.
No, not in that regard, but it's attention. So I mean, so for me, like I do my acts for sex. You may do it because we used to do like words of affirmation, right? So if you do a nice thing, people are going to say thank you. Oh, thank you for doing that. You are such a kind person. Like that's
some of it
that's your love language.
In the past,
or someone else might like, oh, she's such a nice person.
My kids and I have adopted families.
Okay.
And anonymously blessed them we had one family that we did consistently for Christmas and Easter.
Oh, that's wonderful.
For years.
Yeah.
And my kids were all in on it, and my kids were friends with their kids.
The Easter Bunny's a jerk, by the way. Like Santa brings presents and puts them in one place. The Easter Bunny brings your presents and hides them all over the place.
And so I didn't need the acknowledgement. I felt good anonymously, and it was specifically like my kids. I'm like, make sure you don't tell the friends,
Right.
because then they won't feel as good about it.
I know I'm such a jerk here, but I'm like, but your kids also knew that you were doing this, and so you got the.
But I was raising them to do the right thing.
You did, for
and
sure.
so now as adults, it's nice when I see
That's your reward.
Like my oldest.
Yeah.
My oldest, he's 27. It's nice when Christmas time comes around and he's like, yeah, I'm adopting somebody from, the angel tree.
That's fantastic.
And I'm like, that's awesome, because they knew that growing up, we did that for other people.
We did that this past year. We probably donate, anywhere between $800 to $1,000. Each kid will choose their own little family, and then we give them $100 a piece, and then they'll go and they'll buy everything on their list for them. And like, it's a really good thing. Like, our kids are like really gotten into this, and it's funny because they're like, but can we buy them one more? Can we buy this too? They want this, they want more. So my kids are like really like in the giving. Of course, it's not their money, but they're like, just like, they're doing it.
And your kids' motivation to do it?
They want to feel good about it. But
so it wasn't to get something back. It just feels good to be nice and bless people.
It does, and I think kids are a little bit different than adults. Adults have ulterior plans.
Not all of them.
Most of them do. I do. I had ulterior plans for you coming on the show.
I know.
So anyway, I think that's a wrap. I want to thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
this was fun.
This has been good. This has been very educational, very, very informative. Anything else you want to say? Anything that we didn't talk about that you want to talk about?
No. It was fun. It was great conversation. This was literally our conversation before we stepped in here.
Yeah, and this is what it's normally like too. Like, people are like, I don't know, what are we going to talk about? I'm like, honestly, like, people they want to come in for like a pre-interview. I'm like, really, the pre-interview is the interview. Like, might as well just put the mics on and like, put the headphones on. If you don't like it, we'll just delete it. But like, it's so spontaneous and it's so much fun. Like, it's just free. It's just conversation. A question I have for you though is, if someone wants to get a hold of you, they're like, oh my gosh, I love Amber. Like, how do I get a hold of her? Want to give your information so they can like contact you?
I mean, you can find me on Facebook, Amber Van Winkle.
There you go. And she's a great coach from what you've already heard. So
I will have a coaching site up soon. I'm developing a happiness course right now.
Even better, happiness course, where it's just pure because you want to be happy and no ulterior motive, right?
Well, okay. So that's true. But
it should be free, right?
To sum it up, over the course of COVID,
okay,
I'm normally a happy person. And a lot of my friends are like me, and, we're just generally happy. Having shutdowns changed everything. It changed the dynamic of our entire culture. And the things that we were naturally doing to make us happy, we didn't know we were doing it specifically to make us happy. It was just part of our life. Those things were taken away.
In some counties, our county here, where we are in Northern California, completely open.
Okay, well, I live in
schools.
Oregon and, Yolo County. So
yeah,
we had all the shutdowns.
No, gotcha.
I mean, even school, we could go to school in person.
Right.
As adults.
Some schools did that too. That's right.
And I think literally every university and college in California
did shut down. Sent everyone home.
Yeah.
Yeah, distance learning.
But what I learned along the way and through going through different coaching programs is happiness. There's science behind happiness.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so people can start learning the daily steps to create the chemical in their brain that makes them happy. You can hack it. You don't have to just hope you're going to find happiness.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
But the last 2 years have changed the dynamics of how people were able to find happiness. So that's what I focus on.
Beautiful. So if you want to get more focused on your happiness, then she's your gal. You've been a fabulous guest. We're glad you came on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.